Hey, what's up investors? It's Juan Pablo, the People's Mentor, and today I'm going to share some light in regard to how you, yes you, can build business credit, aka corporate credit. Now, banks are willing to lend money to businesses in the form of an LOC, which is a line of credit, which is pretty much like a revolving account, right? Where you can charge it up, pay it down, charge it up, pay it off, and they give you somewhat of a checkbook, right? A line of credit. Or they'll be able to extend business credit to your business in the form of physical credit cards. But either one is great that you can use for your businesses or real estate investing, all right? Now, a few things about this. Banks are willing to lend money to your business for specific reasons, right? One of those reasons may be that it's in compliance. They want to make sure your business is legit, meaning, do you happen to have a physical address for your business? Do you have a 1-800 number for your business? Is it registered with the 411 directory? Do you have a paydebt score of 80? Things that make sure that you're compliant and that your business is legit. And another way that they'll lend money to your business without a PG, by the way, meaning a personal guarantee, just on the strength of your business, if you can prove the strength of your business. Well, what do you mean by that, Juan? Great question. Does your business have full docs, full documentation? Meaning, do you have P&Ls maybe for the past 2 or 3 years showing the profitability of your business? Do you have bank statements just showing how much liquidity you have in your bank accounts to prove the strength of your business? Does your business also have tax returns, like individual tax returns separate from your own personal tax returns for the past 3 years and so forth? So many businesses want to see these documentation independent of your articles of incorporation, your EIN. They want to see the strength of your business as well as making sure your business is legit and compliance before they extend financing to your business without a personal guarantee. Now, you might have done extensive research in the past, right? You might have watched a bunch of other YouTube videos in which they talk about get all these vendor lines, these trade lines with these vendors, right? Such as Quill, with Office Max, Office Depot, even Home Depot and so forth. These are vendor lines of credit for businesses. Yes, they can be advantageous for you in starting to establish business credit without a personal guarantee. However, you can only use those vendors, those lines of credit, those credit cards with those specific vendors, right? You can't use a Quill line of credit to buy a piece of real estate like I do, right? Or you can't use an Office Max department store credit card, even though it's in your business name, and use that for personal use or for business use for unsecured line of credit. It's impossible. You can't do that. So most people, many influencers, what they'll advise you to do is get these accounts, start making minimum purchase orders of maybe, who knows, $50 to $100 a month for the next 6 months to help build up your paydebt score. A paydebt score is similar to a FICO score, in which 80 is similar to like a 720 FICO score, meaning you have good credit for your business. And you can start building it by those minimum purchase orders, because that's the main thing that really matters to their paydebt score. It's not so much your debt utilization like it is with your FICO score. It's mainly your payment history. That's the main determining factor for building your paydebt score. But it costs some money. And plus, you know, if you ever try to do this before, like I've done in the past, you try to establish this paydebt score through D&B, Dun & Bradstreet, in which you have to pay an expensive filing fee. Some of you guys might be understanding exactly what I'm talking about. So it's real expensive, and plus they have other coaching programs out there from these influencers who say, hey, buy my How to Build Business Credit seminar or suite for about $1,500 to $2,000. So you're incurring all these upfront costs without any unsecured lines of credit or business credit that you can use. It's pretty much you're taking a gamble, trying to figure out a way of how you can get business credit without the personal guarantee. So if you're in that situation, just keep watching so I can explain to you another alternative, okay? Before I get into the next alternative, I want to share with you a scenario. How many of you guys have that broke cousin Larry, right? If your name is Larry, no offense, I'm not talking about you, right? I'm just a fictional character, but you know about broke cousin Larry. Always asking you for the paper. Always asking you for money, always asking for a loan, but does he ever repay his debts? No, he doesn't, right? So let's say Thanksgiving's around the corner, broke cousin Larry comes to Thanksgiving, he says the prayer before you guys cut the bird or what have you, and he starts pitching to you guys about his new business opportunity, right? Broke cousin Larry. You know his track record, but he has a viable business idea. He even has a business plan. Would you, based upon broke cousin Larry's track record, give him the money that he needs to start his business? Now, you might be generous. You might be thinking, well, you know what, this is money I can just blow. If broke cousin Larry doesn't pay me back, no worries, he can just have it. Or you know what, I do believe in his idea and I think I want to invest. But the majority of you who's watching, and you can comment below, by the way, right? Comment below, I always respond to comments. You might be thinking, well, heck nah. If he never paid me a dime back, who cares if he has a bright idea for a business? There's no guarantee that he'll actually reimburse me and pay me back, right? So if you think that way in regard to your family members, right, a personal relationship, how do you think banks feel in regard to having a business relationship with a brand new entity, right? Or a person who had an established entity, but they might not have established pretty credit on their FICO score. That's how they think. That's how most banks think. They think that, well, this person wasn't prudent in managing his or her own personal finances, which is predicated by that person's FICO score. More than likely, this might correlate to the business. Now, that's not always the case, right? Some things might have happened in the past, financially speaking, to your personal credit, which may be of no fault to your own. So I do get that. There's always exceptions to the rule. However, banks don't know all that backstory, do they? No, only thing they see is they look at your credit report, they run your credit, they say, oh man, this person has a 540 FICO score. And they think, oh, this person isn't privy or astute, I should say, in regard to honoring his or her own personal debts. So if this person is not able to honor his or her personal debts, their FICO score is a numerical representation of that person's credibility as a borrower, right? That's what your FICO score is. It's a numerical representation of your creditworthiness of a borrower, because credit is short for creditworthiness. So if they see that your FICO score is low, then your creditworthiness may be low in that instance. So banks may not want to touch you with a 10-foot pole. Just give you that mindset, right? Or banks also have this mindset that, I still may be willing to extend this person capital, even though they might not have the legitimacy factors of a business, meaning being in compliance and so forth, having to pay that score, or having a business address and so forth. Or this person may not be legit, quote unquote, or this person may not have full docs either. They don't have a P&L statement because their business is not really profiting. You might need startup money. Or this person may not have, outside of the P&Ls, merchant account statements or bank statements or tax returns and so forth. So banks think this way. Okay, if the person doesn't have the full documentation and the person doesn't have the legitimacy, I'll be willing to extend that person business credit under one condition. I have to take a look at this person's personal credit and do a personal guarantee. It's like this, right? A college student, if they try to apply for a loan, sometimes they may get denied because they might not have the creditworthiness established. However, that lending institution at that college or university may extend financing to that student only if the parents hop on that loan. They guarantee it, they co-sign it. You follow? Because the student's parents may have the established credibility in place, and which makes the lending institution feel safe and comfortable with extending financing to that student. Because worst comes to worst, if that student defaults, guess who's going to pay it? The parents. So that same mindset applies in regard to business credit. If your baby, right, this is your business, it's a startup, it's fresh, it's an infant, it's in its infancy stage, it's infantile, right? It may not be able to walk on its own. It may not be able to support itself yet, because you being the parent, you founded the business, right? You started this baby. You're the one who's trying to develop it so it can get strong and walk on its own, so to the point that business doesn't need you. You've outsourced everything. You have team systems in place. You're just the owner. You work on your business, but not in it. But until that happens, banks will feel comfortable extending financing to your business, to your baby, which is fresh, wet behind the ears, only if they check the parent, which is you, the business owner, to make sure you're credible. Okay? That's the mindset that they have, and it makes sense, right? They'll be willing to lend you business credit as long as they take a look at your personal credit. So what are some of the things they look at? Well, these are some of the qualifications. You gotta have a 680 FICO score or higher, no bankruptcies, no foreclosures, no late pays on your credit cards, for example, within the past 24 months, one personal credit card of a $5,000 maximum limit. They also want to see no inquiries within the past 6 months, okay? And they want to see a 10-year credit history and a debt utilization or debt to credit ratio of 30% or lower. So you might be thinking, man, that criteria is tough, Juan. How can anyone apply? Many people apply. And this is the advice I always share, right? Even if you're not even close to applying, let's say you do have that 540 FICO score, or your debt to credit ratio is 80%, right? Or you only have a 7-year credit history, not a 10-year credit history. Apply anyway. There's no upfront cost. We care about you, right? That's why we shoot all these videos, provide all this content on our website. You know, just check out 100%finance.com for a ton of resources. We create all this because we want you to succeed financially. And we actually provide the free consultation. So that's just something that you can't miss out on. Even if, again, I have to say this to be repetitive on purpose, even if you're not even close to applying, even if you don't even want business credit with a personal guarantee because you want the corporate credit, go ahead and spend all that money with no guarantee of results. That's up to you. However, if you want to take heed to my advice as a people's mentor, I recommend you to apply anyway, because my team will call you and provide you with the free consultation. Not just a free consultation in regards to, yes, you do qualify. Within 16 days to 30 days, you should be able to get around $45,000 to $55,000 in funding, because that's what we do. We typically get a client funded in 16 days to 30 days. Unlike, you know, corporate credit, building business credit with a personal guarantee, it can take 6 months to a year to get business credit that you can actually use for your business, right? Our process, 16 to 30 days flat. Our average person gets around $40,000 in funding, just filling out an application. All right, so that's the pro. You apply, you get qualified, you get the funding, you get the money in hand, and then you pay us on the back end, just to be transparent. So there's no upfront fees. All right, but the other option is, well, I get what you're saying, Juan. That, you know, I do have to pay money up front. I mean, I don't have to pay money up front. It's free consultation, but I don't know. Like, what if I just don't qualify? Because I know I'm not going to qualify, Juan. I know my own credit. Hey, we want to be able to carve out a plan so that we can get you to that point of you actually qualifying it. Because we're incentivized. As I mentioned, we only get paid based upon your results. So we give you 0 results, you pay us 0 money, right? So just to be clear, be very transparent. So we're incentivized as well, not just because that we're financially incentivized, but we do care about your results. But we are incentivized to make sure that we carve out a plan so that you get the funding you need to succeed financially. All right? So I highly recommend, after you watch this video, take action, because I know a few of you are going to do one of 3 things, right? First thing is you're going to watch this video, you're going to take some good notes, and you're going to go and figure this out on your own. Kudos to you. Some of you guys may just watch this video, take 0 notes, and just go about your day. Just forget about this video and everything you learned. Or a few of you, maybe even 30% of you, right, will actually take notes and take action, right? So if you're part of that 30%, I highly recommend you check the description below, click on the link, and apply so that we can call you for your free consultation. All right? Okay, guys, so that's all I had to share with you. Just take action and just be mindful that, hey, I have people in my corner who are trying to coach me or mentor me so that I can become financially free and independent. All right, and we're here for you at 100%finance.com. So as always, guys, this is to your success. Continue to earn passively, live passionately. Check the links below to learn more. Peace.